what I would love to do right now is have a conversation with you as opposed to making a presentation to you. And I'm hoping very much that sometime in the near future, we're given the opportunity.
Hey, Pixel.
By way of quick introduction, my name is Randy Schroeder. Some of you I know extremely well. Some of you I don't know at all. I thank you all for being here. It is my belief that over the course of the next few minutes, I will introduce to you a solution to a lot of the problems that plague the industry that has been my life for the last 35 years, that being the direct selling industry. My belief is that things have changed dramatically, the things that once don't work anymore. That said, I don't share the view that the best days of the direct selling industry are behind. I personally believe the best days of the direct selling industry are starting today because there are so many things that are possible with the technology I'll describe to you that have not been possible previously. I also, well, I'm going to ask that you be patient with me. I know that many of you have deep knowledge in network marketing. I will encapsulate the preface to what gets us to here. And I ask that you be patient with me because what gets us to here is part of what makes the information I'll share with you so important. I've been full-time in the direct selling industry basically my entire life. When I was a child, when I was in third grade, I joined a network marketing company for the first time. It's called Watkins. And that same year, I joined Amway, and I joined a company that year called Wallace Brown Greeting Cards, an American seed company. And for the next 11 years, I knocked on doors and I said, "Hi, I'm Randy Schroeder. I have a fine selection of everything. Would you like to buy anything?" And enough people wanted to buy something that I bought Converse sneakers and Levi's jeans. And so network marketing was, for me, the solution when there were no other doors open when I was a child. That happened again. There came a time in my life when I was buried pretty deeply in alcohol and cocaine. I'm happy to report that I've been alcohol and drug free for a long time. God's been very kind to me, and I don't have any hangover from that situation. But before I got sober, I got in trouble. And I had a lifetime suspension from the New York Stock Exchange. And so what I did for a living on Friday, I couldn't do anywhere else. I couldn't just go to E.F. Hutton. I was out. And I was commiserating with my attorney about that. And I asked him what I should do. And he said, "Well, Randy, there's only one door that's open for you, the network marketing industry." And so I joined it then, and I've been a student of the industry, not just a participant in it, but a student since then. So very quickly, I'll describe the things that I think have led to the current malaise in the industry. If one understands the malaise, then one can understand what would correct the malaise and give us the opportunity to have greater success in the future than we might have had at best time in the past. In the history of the industry, there have really only been 3 inflection points. It all started in 1903. No real changes clear until 1959 when Amway came along. Amway came along, and what they said was, "We're willing to pay on more depth." This was only a 1-generation payout. Amway said, "We'll pay 3 generations deep." And for the first time, professional people like Dan Rutzkin, people like Bill Price and Brian Root, they could get involved in network marketing because now it paid on 3 levels, and there was a big enough compensation plan. So the thought went, then people got engaged, and what did they learn very quickly? Wait a minute, a 3-level payout still doesn't do it. The volume falls out.
So this is a leadership-only meeting.
Amway leaders switched their business model, and they started making more on the system and selling tapes and so on. To respond to that, in 1989, 90, 91, and 92, the seeds were planted that have resulted in the most recent near collapse or total collapse of many good companies. Recent collapse of Modera would be an example of it. All companies, Shackley, Herbalife, Nu Skin, NSA, Nikan, Sunrider, Forever Living Products, go down the list. All companies in our industry changed the model in 1989 to 92 when they started paying on generation 4, 5, and 6. And of course, we all know that the payout on generation 4 was more than 1, 2, and 3 combined. The generation on payout 5 was more than the first 4 combined. The generation on 7 and 6 was more than the first 5 combined. That resulted in a decision being made, which we struggle from today. The decision was made to price network marketing company products to fund network marketing company compensation plans. That was the decision that was made. Clear since that point in time, network marketing products have been priced to fund compensation plans. And that is why over the course of this last many, many years, now 35 years in the industry, the way that I've described that is I've taught this, that we engage in a proved and predictable pattern of activities. There's no luck and there's no guesswork. If we do A, we get B, and if we do C, we get D. We engage in a proved and predictable pattern of activities, which results in the creation of an ever-expanding and potentially limitless web of what? Consumers of the product or service. What kind of consumers? For 30 years, what I've taught, an ever-expanding, potentially limitless web of internal consumers. Why? Because people outside of the web.
Oh, he's right in his element today, isn't he?
Network marketing product because the network marketing product was priced to meet the need of the compensation plan.
266 people in here.
We've been selling to ourselves. We've been selling to each other for years. That model no longer works. It just doesn't work.
Momentum, eh?
The time when direct selling companies could overcharge for products because there's a compensation plan associated with it has officially ended. So the first thing that changed our industry, which we must now recover from, is price points made it such that we didn't attract people from outside. So in my career, I've had 4 separate organizations where in my enrollment tree, not just in the company, but we're 4 separate instances where in my enrollment tree, I've had 1 million people. Actually, 3 organizations of over 1 million and one of 960,000. The rubber band always got stretched as tight as it could get stretched there. I couldn't get past it. It could go nowhere. Why? Because the market I was talking to was a tiny segment of society who's already said yes to network marketing.
That idea.
And because it's always been a business of replacement. People joined me because they wanted to make money. They didn't care too much what the product cost.
How can you not be able to turn the cameras on?
3 months later, they found out they weren't making enough money to justify the product price. They quit the company. They bought the product at Costco. And there we resulted in this business of replacement, which maxed out, in my case, at around 1 million people, 4 separate times. So the first thing we have to do is offer a product that will meet the need of the consumer as opposed to offering a product that will meet the need of a compensation plan. The next inflection point that happened is we lost our minor leagues. And when I said, what do you mean, Randy, you lost your minor leagues? Well, I'm looking now at Charles Jackson. Charles, I haven't met you. I hope I get to meet you somewhere along the way. But if you think about it, who plays for the Yankees or who plays for the Dodgers? They probably didn't go from high school. They probably played double-A ball, triple-A ball, and then they got called up. We, the direct selling industry,
have to be
we lost our
desperate to listen to Randy
about 25 years ago when people said, you know what? It's easier to make $500 a month driving an Uber than it is to make $500 a month qualifying for a new skins compensation plan. And by the way, I can get paid right now. And so I think people made wise decisions. Those $500, $600, $700 goals, they've all been driving Ubers and Lyft for the last 20 years. Well, what is the real damage with that? If you joined me 20 years ago, let's say Dan Retchkin, you joined me 20 years ago and you wanted to make $700 a month. 20 years later, if you stayed the course, you've probably learned how to make $70,000 a month, or at least $7,000. You become a leader. That's what happened in those 20 years. But if you started driving an Uber 20 years ago, still driving an Uber today, you didn't learn anything different. The result is, when I say we lost our minor leagues, all you who've had big network marketing successes, you've had big careers, look over your shoulder and tell me, is the next Craig Bryson coming up behind you? Is the next Jeff Roberti there? Is the next whomever it is, the next superstar? I mean, and I hate to put myself in that category, but look over your shoulder and tell me this. Is the next Randy Schroeder there? I mean, I've earned $50 million in network marketing commissions. Who's coming behind me that might be likewise?
And he's still doing
Folks, they're driving an Uber. That's a truth. And literally and truly, you write it down and say you're heard it here first. If we don't adopt some of the practices and principles I'm going to describe to you today, we are the last generation of network marketing leaders. We're aging ourselves out of business. And if we don't do something different, if we don't deliver products and services and concepts that will appeal to young people, and if we don't make it easier to make $500 a month doing what we do than it is to drive an Uber, then we're not going to have those new people joining us, getting into this flow, and we are literally the last generation of network marketing. Now, I can assure you that's not going to happen, in part, maybe even in large measure, because of what I'm going to illustrate with you today. And so, product prices were the first big problem, that because of multiple generational payouts. The next problem, we lost our minor leagues. And then what happened? Before I ever got involved in network marketing, I already knew how to make over $400,000 a year. That's what I earned as a stockbroker.
Just
my first year in network marketing, I had one of the very best coaches. His name was Nathan Rick. Some of you knew him. He unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. Nathan taught me how to not waste time, effort, energy, and money. He taught me how to be profitable and efficient. He taught me those things. And Nathan also taught me at that moment of time, he said, Randy, what you need to do is create a mechanism where people with small businesses earn enough money to justify staying involved forever. My focal point had been on a great big leader. He said, yes, we must have a great big leader, but you know what else we must have is we must have these smaller people generating greater income. And you'll see that possibility playing its way out as I describe what we go forward with. The next thing, the next great big issue was that people stopped going to events. See, my first year in network marketing, I knew how to make $450,000 already, $430,000. My first year in network marketing with Nathan as my coach, I made $49,000, a little more than 10% of what I was accustomed to earning. My second year, I made $160,000. My third year, I made $409,000. It was my 4th year before I made more money in network marketing than I had already learned how to consistently make as a stockbroker.
So this network
And
marketing
so what
is
I have
people
taught
don't
for the
need
last 35 years
a
is that in your first year, your
product. They
earnings
just
will be
need to know how
primarily
to
measured in
recruit.
what
They
you
just need to
learn
pretend they've got a
rather
product.
than in cash. That was my experience. Your second year, your earnings will be primarily measured in skills you developed, more so than cash, because that was my experience. And then my third year, I made $409,000. I got back to where I was. The third year, I've taught forever, you'll refine character.
You can't even rename yourself
in your character that cause more people to become welcoming to you. Now in the 4th year, this new, more highly
I'll put my hand
educated,
up and see whether
more
that
highly
works.
skilled person, this more highly refined person, now this individual can do what? Now that individual can emerge and express themselves as a leader, and they can make more money. So what I've taught people now for a very long time was that, in fact, that was going to be a 4-year process. With the COVID mask mandates, that stopped
They
working.
removed me.
It worked for a really, really long time.
Not allowed to put your hand
And
up
it
in a
stopped
network
working.
marketing
I
meeting
don't
because
know
you
your
get kicked
background
out,
at all,
right?
but I'll tell you my
It's
experience.
crazy, isn't it?
People have been willing for decades to pay $2,000 or $3,000 a year to be a network marketing distributor. That's evidenced by the fact that people will stay involved for decades because they're going to the event. I mean, Carol, you've seen it. People go to the event and it's fun and it's friendly and it's a vacation almost, and it's encouraging and it's empowering. And you know what? We get to walk across the stage and have a microphone in one hand and a bouquet of roses in the other. That's what held people together during that 3 and 4 year period of time required to learn. COVID came along. Those don't happen anymore. Folks, now here's the reality. We have to deliver a product that can't be acquired someplace else for less money, or we're not in business. We have to have a mechanism that makes it possible for a person to make $500 a month easier and as quickly as if they're driving an Uber. And the next thing we have to do is there's no more of this stuff that's going to take you 3 or 4 years to learn. If we can't show a person how to earn at least a relatively modest living in 18 months, they're not going to still be here on the 19th month. And so with all of those things said, that's what gets us here. Those are the things that get us here. Those are the problems. And so now I'll introduce to you the solution. And in my estimation, I am introducing the solution. I don't have any doubt whatsoever of that. Now, there will be those who say, Randy, you're a little bit ahead of yourself with this presentation, and you could to a degree be right. I'm going to be telling you as we go through it that some of the items that are in the slides you're going to see are not yet fully locked down. There's a little bit of wiggle room in some of these things. By the way, the company's first registration date was today. The first registrations happened about 4 hours ago. So you could hardly see it at a more opportune time if you believe what I believe after you go through the little discussion here. And so we welcome you here to Lev AI, empowering the modern entrepreneur. And folks, let it be that we all wrap our arms around the idea that what we must do is identify a handful, not a huge number, but a handful of key critical leadership from inside the direct selling industry. We must cause them to embrace fully and completely and absolutely this process. We all have to learn new things, and we have to develop some new attitudes. Things have changed. We need to identify some key critical leadership. And when I say some, a few hundred. If you were invited on here today, that means that you are, or that someone believes that you can be part of that key critical leadership foundation.
Well, I'm going to screenshot everything of this, and we'll put it
and we then want to deliver a message that will appeal to these countless tens of millions of people who would say no to anything else. There's one gentleman on here, Dal, that after his very first introduction, he said, well, Randy, it feels to me like you're delivering a mechanism that is principally aimed at a network marketing person. Maybe it felt that way because I'm a network marketing person. And so I can't avoid expressing how it would impact me. But as we go through this, let's make sure that you're understanding that what we're really trying to do in a changed network marketing experience is appeal to those on the outside. And so somehow in my description, I delivered the exact wrong message. This is about all of those people who would not get involved in any other network marketing company. Right. And by the way, before I go any further, I'd like to describe one life experience. I'll quickly stop my share for a second. Describe one more experience. In 2014, my son Blake became the CEO of a company called Medical Marijuana Incorporated. And Medical Marijuana Incorporated launched a business called Canaway. And as I described to you a few moments ago, I, at a time in my life, was completely crippled with drug addiction and alcoholism. And
my God, this guy's done everything.
Talking about cannabis.
He's a
that was the last
liar.
thing I'd be talking about. When Blake, my son, became the CEO of Canaway, I got involved and I started talking about cannabis. And to my great surprise, everybody else was already talking about it. They just weren't talking to me. instead of provoking a conversation, I found out that I was joining a conversation that was ongoing. Now, it was in September of last year is when I first started trying to wrap my arms around this idea of could artificial intelligence, in fact, help both a proven network marketing leader recapitalize and re-leverage everything that he or she has learned to become over these years. And of equal and frankly for me greater importance, would we have a mechanism that could allow, there you see my friend Bev over there, and Bev has been in the process of
launching
for the
a
last
way to
couple of
market
years. That's what she's been doing. But over the course of that becoming, she's been gathering new knowledge, developing new skills and character attributes. But over the course of that, she's been paid in that, but not in money, right? Haven't made much money. But I believe, Bev, that if you'd had me in your hip pocket, then during that period of time that you were learning, you could have also been earning. That's the thing, folks. I want people to be able to earn in advance of meaningful knowledge development.
A guy that claims he's made $15 million from network marketing commissions.
I want people
has to be in a Zoom meeting every day of his life.
Of refined
if character. You had $15 million,
people to become profitable
would you
coming
be
out
in
of
a
the
Zoom
gate.
meeting?
I think that if we can help people become profitable coming out of the gate, that we have an entirely different model. Okay, and so what do we do? Well, we're talking about empowering the modern entrepreneur. What specifically are the goals and objectives? Is to empower the creator economy. Now, I know that we have here quite a group of significant historic earners in the direct selling industry. If you happen to be one of them, then you are also a content creator. When I think of myself, I am basically a 5'9" tall depository of network marketing experience, knowledge, and success. And maybe not quite as compressed and tightly compacted body of knowledge on how to live life successfully. It's who I am. It's what I am. The vast majority of people who come into my business at the outset are so afraid of the network marketing industry that they never ever with the right amount of conviction and passion and power reach out to anyone. That's just truth. The direct selling industry has the unique ability of provoking profound insecurity among even the most secure people. I think that by having you, the leader, in their pocket, it would change it. Some people on here have been exposed to my boot camps. I mean, in my network marketing career, it's almost bizarre to say, but I've earned $50 million in commissions. That's absolutely nuts. And you know what's caused me to earn that? It's not been any particular company because I've been involved. So that means he's probably sold product offering because I've had different ones. It's not a particular compensation plan because I've had different ones. What has been the consistent part? It has been the leadership development program. But the other thing that's been most challenging for me, I've done the vast majority of the business I've done over my career has been outside of the United States, like the vast majority. And I only speak English. So the challenge has been trying to get that most significant content delivered in a way that a person who doesn't speak my language or theirs can do it. And so I then contemplate and I consider what would be the outcomes. And then I see we got our lovely hacker here. So let me just stop my share for a second and see if we can eliminate this guy. Sorry about that. Some people don't have a whole lot of good things to do. So, okay, I apologize for that. I'm not going to be frustrated about it. And I'm hoping that you won't be either. And so I'll come back in here. Okay. So we come back over here. And I think of the possibility, those of you who have participated in my boot camp scenarios, how remarkable would it be if you could have me in your hip pocket? Yeah, I'll have a go doing it now. Or your leader, or if you, the leader, your entire group could have you in their hip pocket, a virtual twin, with all of this compressed knowledge, with all of your compressed knowledge, the ability to deliver this information in Mandarin and Russian. And by the way, folks, when I first started looking at AI, what I was exposed to was, oh my gosh, this guy drive me a little bit nuts. I'm sorry, folks. We'll eliminate this one more time. I'm sorry. Once again, I won't get horribly frustrated about it by asking that you don't either. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. Back in there once again. Okay, we'll come back. And I'm sorry. Some people have very, very small lives and minds. Okay. And so now I contemplate and I consider how dramatic would be the outcome if every person in my organization, if those 1 million people where the rubber band got stretched as tight as it could go and I couldn't stretch it tighter, what if they literally had a virtual twin? What if they literally had a virtual twin? And I'm just going to let this guy scribble on, folks. So it's not going to bother me. Don't let it bother you. What if they could have that virtual twin in their pocket every step of the way? That would create a different outcome. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to stop the share one more time. I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second, okay? Be right.
Samantha, help me. It's so quite funny. If I get a chance, I'll go Danny. He's going to ask Samantha to help him out. I've got 6 connections.
Folks, I am back, and the reality is that our detractor will come back again, and I'm just going to move on and not let him interrupt us any further. So I think of all of the content creators out there on planet Earth who would like very much to have that content go to all people, not just to that handful of people with whom they have personal relationships. I think that would be a dramatic thing. I think the ability of all people, to be able to deliver the message in a positive and constructive way would be an extremely important thing. A one-liner, Lev AI makes it simple for everyday entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow businesses. No team, agency, or tech skills are required. What are the challenges that social entrepreneurs face? Costly, complicated, and complex solutions. This is so bizarre. I'm telling you, some people don't have much to do in their lives.
Sweetheart, it would be better if you just didn't share any slides.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go along with that, babe. We'll just kill that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably better.
Okay. And so, folks, let's just ignore that for a moment. We won't share any more slides. We won't have to deal with that. I'd like to describe the history of what got me here specifically and exactly. Back in the fall of last year,
Open the chat room
I was
instead,
involved in
Randy.
a struggling network marketing company, and among the participants in it was Bev. And I look at Bev, and I look at all of the wonderful people just like it, and she was not gaining traction. She was not gaining traction, even though she is doing everything required to gain traction. What is the principal difference between Bev and I? I've been at this for 35 years, and I know the answer to almost every question. What's the difference between Bev and I? I've been among the more successful people in the industry for that entire 35-year period of time. And the result is that when I send somebody a message, it comes from Randy Schroeder, and they open it. And they open it with the anticipation that there may be something in it for them that makes them money. When Bev sends someone a message, they don't have that same response. And so when I was introduced to the concept or the idea of having an artificial information virtual me side by side with her, that was an extremely intriguing idea. When I was introduced to a gentleman who had made the investments to create that AI technology and was already delivering it to companies both inside and outside the network marketing industry. What I want you to know is that everything I will describe to you is already functional, already available. There's no such thing as going through some lengthy and agonizing pre-launch period. It is available right now. As I indicated, the enrollment links came out today. And what you will find, should you choose to do a temporary enrollment, you would have access immediately to the back office. You would see the new member application flow. You would see the simplicity of the system. On about Monday or Tuesday of this week, we will transition past that. Of this coming week, we'll transition past that, and you'll begin utilizing, actually being able to utilize and illustrate the virtual twin itself. And even though I agree with Samantha that it'd be convenient to eliminate our guy, there's some facts and figures here that I want you folks to see. There are, based upon my content a little bit earlier, I am simply not willing anymore to get involved in direct selling companies that offer products that cost more than a similar product would cost were it not being introduced by a direct selling company. And so here you see the 3 product package offerings. In a few moments, we will compare those product package offerings to what is available in the artificial information world right now. And you will see that these products are not more, they are less. And so we're delivering products that are more robust and delivering them at lower price points than what is available in the market, even though this has a compensation plan associated with it, and the AI tools in the marketplace do not. And so what is included? You'll see 3 separate packages, extremely inexpensive, $49, $99, or $149. Your own video AI twin. And I promise you that you will be unable to discern from yourself and the twin. Is it live or is it Memorex? And that twin, when the twin speaks in whichever language you have asked it to speak, and it will deliver that content as confidently and as certainly in that new language as if you were a native speaker. And when I say that, I know that that is a very high standard that I just described. And that is, in fact, the standard. No matter what your experience has been, no matter your knowledge level, you are going to be impressed and intrigued. It is entirely possible that a person could have more than one business venture. We know that. And if a person has more than one business venture, they would need to have more than one business profile loaded into the AI twin. For example, if I have an insurance business and I also have a direct selling business, the content that I would load into the two profiles would be very, very dissimilar, different words. If one acquires the smallest package, there is one profile. With the second or third, there are multiple profiles.
Right,
Now,
we should
notice I
shut
said
up.
multiple profiles. That's an example of one of the
Are
issues
you
that is not
Dan?
yet completely locked down. That will be
Overlook.
locked down over the course of the next 3 days. But multiple business profiles. What else occurs when a person acquires the package and begin to use the package? What are the things that are there? You'll notice here, multiple businesses, multiple AI profiles. Build your social presence. I think again of my friend Bev, and you're okay, buddy, don't bother me. I'll just keep stopping the share and showing the reference. I think of my friend Bev, and Bev
Why can't they stop
does
me?
not have a tremendous large social media presence right now. I mean, Bev, I don't think you have Facebook, 5,000 Facebook candidate clients or friends, and I don't think you have 5 or 10,000 contacts
Drop
on
your
LinkedIn.
link.
This AI builds it for you. It starts the day
Can
you
you do
create
that?
your twin, and it starts building a social network for you. And then imagine for a moment, Bill, looking at my friend Bill Price there. I haven't met you yet, Bill, but I hope to become your friend. So I'm looking at Bill. And so now, Bill, I'm imagining that you have a certain number of Facebook contacts, for example. You have a certain number of Instagram friends. All will be loaded into your CRM. The program has a fully robust, comprehensive CRM. They are loaded into the CRM, and when they're loaded to the CRM, your virtual twin does a scan of each candidate, of each contact's
Drop your
social
link
media,
on the stage.
and
How do you do
it now
that?
knows their hot buttons. It knows what they're excited about. It knows if they've got a grandchild that's about to start school. It knows if they just had a daughter graduate from high school. They know if somebody's got to get married. And so it scans all of your social media candidates. It then creates a daily operation. It says, this is the one who could be interested today because this is what's going on in their life. It then also creates part of what you're acquiring.
You mean so you can get in here?
Lead funnel for you. In my life, I've never had to use funnels. Why? Because people tend to come to me. I've been successful for a long time. I don't have to look for candidates. I've realized in the years that have gone by that I've allowed that to become a weakness of mine. People come to me. And so I never learned how to create funnels for people who don't share that advantage. I've been derelict in my duty as a leader in that respect. But now, by simply acquiring this software, this package, it will create a candidate list for you, and it will create funnels, and it will tell you which candidate to put in the funnel at what time based upon what they're saying on their social media platforms. I mean, that's pretty much over the top in my estimation, a little bit better than anything I've seen or heard of before. What are the next things? And we know very well that I'm going to come over here, and our hacker is waiting to disrupt, but I'm going to come back over here so that we keep ourselves moving along in the right direction.
Here we go.
The next thing that we will see down here is what? Your own AI avatar with easy setup. And when it says AI avatar, let me again describe to you that when I first looked at artificial information, what I saw was cartoony characters, Charlie Brown type characters. Remember, again, Bill Price, you are not going to be able to tell the difference. You will not be able to tell the difference in you and your virtual twin. It is that exact. And when it is uploaded with your material, your virtual twin can speak in Mandarin. And I've already tested it. The person who is receiving it, that's a native Mandarin speaker, your lips will match the words. It'll match your pace of delivery, and it will sound so close to a native Mandarin speaker that you'll be blown away. That will be available in 190 languages. Not will be, it's available right now. That is ready right now in 190 languages.
I'll ring you
and so now imagine that you enroll a new member, you go through a new member orientation, whatever your version of that is. You go through a new member orientation. Your virtual twin knows that. And so the next day it's going to say, Bill, yesterday you did new member orientation with Beth. And on day one, here are the things that she should be doing. Here are her assignments. And here is the text that it writes for you and says push send so that you can keep Bev moving down that process. I think that's pretty wild. In fact, I believe that countless people who have been frozen behind their screen.
I should ring her and ask her.
I have never met a single person who has done that which is required to succeed, but done it poorly and therefore failed. I've never experienced it. What I've sadly met are countless people who have simply not done that which is required to succeed. Why? Usually because they're stuck in fear. Usually because, hey, Bill, I'm Randy Schroeder. I'm a senior vice president at Merrill Lynch. Wow, that was easy. Hey, Bill, I'm a cardiac surgeon. That was easy. Hey, Bill, I'm a new skin distributor. That was hard. The network marketing industry has the the unique ability to provoke feelings of
She is
insecurity among the
too.
most secure
Oh
people.
my goodness.
What this tool does is empower and encourage and take the fear
I might
away
have just
because it writes the
given
script
away
for
my
you. You don't
identity
have to
if
write it.
Samantha's
And it
watching.
sounds like you sound. And it will
Oh, that was
literally
so
lead
much
the
fun.
person step by step by step to what I
Hey,
call
when you
their
do
point
so-
of logical conclusion.
Sorry.
That was so
For
funny
anyone
when
who has
he
tried to build a
stopped
business
and
in the
he's like,
direct selling
1
industry
second.
for the last number of years, and you've had
Yes,
to
you got
admit to yourself
Samantha.
that the only people who
He's
succeed
crazy.
are people who would have succeeded
When
if
you're
you
doing
didn't
it
help them.
because
I have
they
to
must
tell
have
you,
upgraded
most
Zoom
people who have
on the
succeeded in
browser
my business over the years would have succeeded if I didn't
because
help them.
you can now
This is giving me a legitimate chance and giving you a legitimate
I
chance
can
to
do
help people
animations on
succeed
a
who would not
web
otherwise
browser
succeed,
using my Mac.
or help them succeed in a much,
How do you
much
paste
more rapid
a
pace.
URL? Do
And
you
I'll
have
share with you
to
just
use?
another
Here we
couple of
go.
the reasons
Here
for
we
that.
go. Here we
Moving
go.
fast because we know my hackers are going to be
I
here.
don't know if
You'll
you
notice
can.
that
I
it
don't know
says
if you
a
can
CRM
type.
with
I
screenshot
know
import upload
I was
candidates
able to type
immediately.
once.
It will build a website for you
Here we
in
go.
literally
Look,
seconds. And by the way, I've done that already. It will build a website for you in
must
less than
be
a minute. It
pissed
costs
off.
nothing. It's part of what you're paying for in the
I'm
package.
gonna
You can do it yourself.
I'm gonna
Click,
take a
click, and it's
screenshot
done.
of
Costs at least
Marshonda's
$1,000 to do that in the
name
real marketplace.
and then send it.
And the next
text it
thing
to
we'll
her.
do for you,
Yeah.
here comes a little bit of magic. I've long
Magic.
stated that there are 4 skills
He
that are
doesn't
required to
even wait.
succeed
Like
in the direct selling
Talk
industry.
Fusion
Just 4.
literally just
4 skills,
launched,
and there
and
are 4
he's
revenue producing
busy building
activities.
this new
The
pyramid.
first skill
So is this
the first activity is to simply write down a
not
list
to
of names.
promote
Now, we know
Fusion?
that the great big
No,
bugaboo in
it's
our
like
whole industry is that no one
Lev
has enough
AI.
low-hanging fruit.
Oh my
We all
gosh.
know 4, 5, or 6 people who will act
And he
because
re-
of their
He can
relationship
wait
with
to
us, but
use
none
the
of us have
product.
enough of
It
those.
proves
And
it's
so what
a
we have to
scam.
do is
He
find a
just
way
does the
to get
pre-launch and
candidates
then he
that we
moves on
don't
to the
have that
next
close
pre-launch.
relationship to move towards us so that we can engage.
So
I've always been very,
he
very
claims he's made
hesitant to
$15
engage in
million
any kind of lead generation
in commissions.
because,
I mean,
Edgar, if you buy
what the
leads and the
hell?
leads are no
I
good,
mean, just
then you
talk
get
big, eh?
resentful. But what if you don't have to buy them? What if they're free? What if you just get them? Well, then
I
there's
just
no
can't
reason to be
believe it.
resentful, is there?
So I'm
And so
sending
now imagine,
Marshonda
again,
a text
Bev's
at the
letting me
moment.
use her as an example. She's the new
I have to
fledgling
give.
member, and
So
she
embarrassing,
would be representative of
Marshonda.
that countless tens of
I
millions of
know.
people
She'll
who
be
walk
watching
in
this
the
in a
door and they're
second.
full of hope and enthusiasm and excitement.
See you
And then they
in
stand there and they
life.
look at their phone and look at their candidate
Know
list, and
this.
they don't come together. It would
Yeah,
be easier,
it's all
wouldn't it,
about
Bev,
getting
for
them in the
you to
ground up and then
respond to
getting your
someone
community
who
into it.
asked for information
There's quite a few
than it
people
is
in
for
here.
you
They're
to
like
ask someone would they
240.
like to receive
Yeah, it's the most I've
information?
ever seen in one of his meetings.
Be a lot easier, wouldn't it? And so with the second and third packages, one
But yeah, that's all I
receives
want to tell
leads,
you. That
and there's
Marshonda
no
was
way
there.
to be
Oh,
discouraged
good on
about
you.
that
No,
because
that's a
you didn't
laugh.
pay for them.
I don't actually go through the list
You
normally.
get 25 a
That's really
month with
good
the middle
look at it
package,
from
costs
another angle.
$150.
It's good.
You get 25 a month.
All right.
And
All
I'll
right.
talk to you later.
I just can't
See you,
imagine,
Jelly.
Bev. I
Bye.
can't imagine a person who knows they're getting 25 new fresh leads 2 or 3 days from now. I can't imagine them quitting today. Can you? Especially if their recent interaction, their experience with those leads was a good one. And so I will tell you that I've experimented with a little bit. There's a 1.2 billion file of these qualified candidates, and it's quite remarkable.
God, that's your
You can put into
customer.
the filter, what do you want them to look like? I want these.
Think he's
the
gonna
leads
make
that
it?
I'm getting this month to come only from the Philippines, and I want them to be on the island of Mindanao.
Tom
I'd like them to be
Ross.
24 to 35 years old, and I'd like 75% to be men and 25% to be women, and I'd like it if they had
Looks
3
like
years
he's got
network
a
marketing
ceiling that's
experience.
got asbestos in it.
But that's what you tell it. That's what it gives you. It gives you, and it tells you everything about them. It scans their entire social media presence. It tells you their hot buttons, and it tells you literally everything about them.
This could be your
I
mother
followed
or
up already
father.
with 3 of them just to see what it's like. And you know what I found
And
out?
they're
They're
listening.
good. They're really good. But now let's imagine that if they're not. What if they're not? I would still say it has tremendous value because Bev Cicero said years ago,
the
the
other one
skill
that
to
I
do
always
comes from
think
the
of
doing.
is this
What if the
guy.
lead
He
is
looks
not
like he's a
great, but
convict
because
he's
someone
wearing
asked
the
you for
orange
information, you follow up?
jumpsuit that you have in
Would
prison.
that
And
not
look, he's
make it
already smashed
easier
his
for you
hand
to
up.
interact with someone that you do know if you begin having multiple interactions with people you don't know?
He smashed somebody up in the
25
pub because he
times a
said, "You're
month,
running a
100 times a
multi-level
month.
marketing
You know,
scam." And
people
he
ask
puts
me
his
all the
hands in
time
the
if I
door as
can
they
help
slam it.
them enroll more people. And I say, well, sure, I'll try. Almost never does somebody ask me, but how do I retain the ones that I have? Well, folks, it's really simple. The way you retain the ones that you have is to treat every single member you've got like they're your most important candidate.
Wonder
And
what
the
this
next way to
man's
do it
offering
is to help every
today.
member win the race to profitability. And what does it mean to win the race to profitability? It means to help that candidate get the money back that it costs to enroll before the credit card bill comes due. That's what it means to win the
I'm
race to
going to be rich one
profitability.
day.
And I
I'm going to be
believe that
just
we
like
can help
Randy.
more and more and more people do that. Now, one can use this process, this technology in one of 2 ways. You can use this as a way to grow your business. You know, I watched a movie called Pretty Woman years ago.
Pretty woman
Richard Gere and Julia
coming
Roberts were in the
down
course,
on
and this
me.
gentleman walking up or down Rodeo Drive, and he poses the question, "What's your dream?" Well, if you have a dream, I believe that we can help you utilize this
How about
AI
this
tool
guy?
to realize your dream. What if, on the other hand, you don't have a dream? What if you do what you do not because you love it, because
He's
it's just
living the
what pays
dream.
the bills? Then join me in the idea that
Living the
you can be
dream.
a conduit for the use of this AI technology to someone who has a dream, and you can earn
I
royalties
got
as
the
a result.
dream.
And that can be
I
our
had a
shared dream,
dream, and I had a few
whichever it
too
is for
many
you, whatever you're looking
cheeseburgers,
for.
but
And so I think the idea of the lead generation, I think that's a really, really big one. I think it's something that we almost can't overstate the importance thereof. And that is what makes it a legitimate thought for me. For literally
legitimate.
anyone who is in network marketing, anyone who is in network
Wake up,
marketing
mate.
should be utilizing
Oh.
this service, because your membership will be encouraged and empowered if they got somebody to talk to. There's those 2.2 billion leads. And then the last thing is to create documents and to share training materials throughout your organization.
Hey, be
Now,
pissed.
everything that I've just described to you, and by the way, we will up our security measures a little bit.
How you gonna
Some
do that?
people, and by the way, let me just say this. Whenever something important is happening, there
This
is
guy
always
sleeping?
opposition.
Oh,
There is
okay.
no such thing as something important
Yeah,
happening
not
without
away, mate.
opposition. And by the way, folks, you stop and think about it. However many of you are here right now, 239 people are here. Probably 225 of you are involved in some other network marketing company. Do you suppose there's probably somebody who would not like you to hear this message because they don't want you to get distracted? Don't be surprised that there is opposition. There will continue to be opposition until it becomes obvious that the opposition doesn't make any difference.
Opposition, mate.
That won't take all that long. So I thank you very
check out
much
his
for your
opposition.
patience as we go through that.
Here's the opposition.
Now I want to talk to you about the compensation plan, and I'm going to talk to you about the compensation plan my way, because that way we won't have to deal with the hacker. So I'm just going to draw it for
The
you.
hacker.
Before I draw it for you, I'm going to
Go draw your heart's content
where's my
away.
eraser? Where is my eraser?
Oh,
Before I draw the
way.
comp plan for you, there's a couple of I won't call them rules of the comp plan, but a couple of parameters of the comp plan that are quite unusual that I want to describe to
Marty
you.
can now
And
be
here are those
thousands
parameters.
of people.
And by the way, as I go through the comp plan, this is one of the few things that is not fully locked. The comp plan will get locked sometime between now and Monday. And so just like the 3 product packages, one of them is $49.
I might ring up Randy.
It might be $59. It might be $45. I don't know. It'll be very close to that number. The next one's $149. It's not locked. It might be 2 or 3% plus or minus. The last one is about $300. It is not locked. They'll be very, very close to that. When I describe the compensation plan, it will be very, very close, and there will be no philosophical differences. There may be a percentage point or a basis point difference. And so please understand that you are seeing this. Literally, this is the 4th day that a discussion like this was ever had. This is the day number 4.
This is crazy.
3 days ago,
what's the website address you reckon?
people. The next day there were 32, and yesterday there were 132, and today I saw 240. You were seeing it at that stage of development. That's where
this guy must be thinking, when I get my millions,
the first thing is
I'll
direct
be able
sales
to
bonus. What is direct sales bonus? Direct sales bonus is simply a commission paid when you are the conduit to someone else's use of the product. Now, I said there were some uniquenesses here. One of the uniquenesses is that everything is cash-based. And so, Bill, I'm guessing you've been around network marketing, and I'm guessing that you're used to spending $1,000 to get something less than that in commissionable volume. Spend $1,000, you get 700 or something, whatever it is, right? Most of you have experienced
this guy, man.
So understand as we go through this that it's a cash-based compensation plan. And so there's no such thing as cash in being different than the volume that is going into the compensation plan.
On the back of his door,
important to know, because some of the numbers, the percentages you'll see won't look as big as some things you've seen before in network marketing. Remember, this is not being computed against CV. You're not spending $1,000 to get 700 volume points. If you spend $700, you get 700 volume points. If you spend $50, you get 50 volume points. So it's 1-to-1. And so, Bill, and the next point that is different than anything I've ever seen.
Yep.
If a direct sales commission is paid, I'm willing to bet that in any company you've been involved in, a person makes a product purchase, they spend $200, a direct sales commission of 50 is paid.
Boop, boop.
Not 200 goes into the tree. The direct sales commission was paid, and then 150 goes into the tree or something about it. No, every dollar goes into the tree, even if a direct sales commission was paid. It all goes into the tree. So the things to consider, so you separate this in your mind from the mathematical figures you're accustomed to. It is cash-based, no PV, CV, SV. It is purely cash-based.
No PV,
and what
CV,
is the next
SB.
thing? All volume goes into the tree, not net volume, not net of some compensation component that's already paid. And when we get to the matching bonus is based on all parts of the compensation plan. So if you've been used to a matching bonus of any kind, I can almost bet that your matching bonus was predicated on team commissions. Here, the matching bonus is predicated
and it comes
upon
with a free can of beard
commissions
oil
paid in the entire comp plan. Okay? This is very, very simple. It's very easy. Direct
Is
sales
this
bonus,
Dr.
the
Bill
initial package is
Williams?
$49.
No, this is
and
Randy.
your ultimate payout, the very
No
first
cure
month is
here for
25,
anything.
50%. Out of that 25, how does it work? 10 is residual because
He's
the money
taking
goes
notes.
into the tree, even though a direct sales commission was paid, and 15 was the direct sales commission.
Mr. G, his
So you
name
get
is.
$25
Mr.
out of
G-Spot.
50 in on month one. The middle package is $79. It's $149, excuse me. So basically $150. And between the direct sales commission and the
Can't
first
read
month
the
team
board, mate.
commission in month number one, you get 75. So 50%.
You found it.
Top pack is 350, same thing. 175 comes out in month one. That's very, very lucrative, obviously. Now, what is the next step? The next component of the compensation plan is a very, very simple unilevel. I don't even have to draw it. It is a unilevel.
So what's the number at the end then?
Wide
Is that his affiliate
unilevel,
link?
just 5 wide. And remember, everything is cash-based.
Join the future AI.
If you have 5 separate legs with $20,000 in each leg, you got to have 5 legs with $20,000. That's what puts you at the top of the compensation plan. That calls you a diamond.
Well, we
5
better
legs
do
of
a
20,000.
blog on that one straight away.
20,000 what? $20,000, not 20,000 CV or BV. 5 legs of $20,000. That puts you at the top of the plan. It is an 8-generation deep unilevel. It pays 20% on generation 1 and then 4% on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then the window closes. Remember, this was 20% based on cash. And so, Bill, looking at you again, you know that that would compare what you've done before has been a percentage based on CV. And so to make this balance, you got to look at that more like 30 or 35% to make it be similar to what you're accustomed to. Then it pays 4 through the next 7 generations. That would look more like 6 3/4 or 7%, because once again, it's based upon.
Please start building me a knowledge base on, and so I can create a blog. What do you know about this company so far? Okay.
You guys, if you decided to act on this, you can have people on your 10th generation in the next 25 minutes. I mean, that's about how simple this is. And so what we must do, I've taught for years, that the first thing a compensation plan must do is provoke the correct behaviors. What is that? Well, the correct behaviors are to engage in activities that result in new enrolling, a rapid flow of member applications. We want our new members to place what is for them an appropriate initial order. What is one of the other things we want? We know that leadership is scarce. And I'm looking now at you, Dan. I don't know what you've experienced in life, Dan Ratskin. Here's one of the things I've experienced. I'll meet someone and they'll say, Randy, here are my leaders. And I look at them and I say, wow, if those are your leaders, we have got a problem. I think that the word leader is something that's dramatically overused. I think leadership is extremely scarce. I think there's not much of it to go around. And so if we want to have an organization that doesn't just survive but thrives, there must be
opportunity is being promoted by Randy
to work very, very deep in payout. It's entirely possible that a true leader here has to work many, many, many generations to find the next true leader. But if we don't find a way to connect these two, if we have an arbitrary block of volume and that next real leader doesn't emerge inside that block, then the leg will bottom out. It won't go anywhere. And so we got to connect these guys. How do we do it?
Fusion.
Yeah. That 4% is not laid over the top of the plan. It doesn't start up here. It starts here at the bottom of the plan. So now volume falls out of the level block. You'll get paid for 4% on all volume to infinity until someone arrives at the director level, the first meaningful leadership rank. Then you'll get 3% and he or she'll get 1. They become the next leadership rank. Then they get 2 and you get 2. They become the next one. They get 3 and you get 1. They finally become a diamond like you, and now you've maxed it out. Now it's gone. But you are guaranteed, assured by that component, that 1%, that 4% infinity payout. You're guaranteed to continue getting paid no matter how deep you have to work until you find the leader that replaces you. Next comp plan component is the matching bonus. And remember, I said a moment ago, the matching bonus is computed on all earnings in the comp plan. The matching bonus includes your infinity payout. The matching bonus includes all other parts of the comp plan. And the matching bonus is leveraged.
Hey, look what happens when you put it into
and
chat.
Those of you who've been around the industry, you
AI.
can see that I have a deep, deep interest in creating or working in comp mechanisms that pay leadership to work very, very deep. My own opinion is that because leadership is so scarce, you can never really overpay leadership, not true leadership. You need to pay them to work extremely deep in payout. That happens 2 ways here. It happens with the infinity payout, and it next happens with not just the infinity payout, but with the leverage matching bonus, 5% on 4 generations of your enrollment tree. So Edgar, you enroll someone who earns any commission Any commission in the comp plan, you get a 5% matching bonus on generation 1. They enroll somebody who earns a commission. You get a 5% payout on generation 2, and it goes down through 4 generations. We all know the way that leverage works. There'll be more income generated as a result of that 4th generation than 1, 2, and 3 combined. And so the elements that are required for success in a direct selling company are what? A product or service that matters to people. This product and service matters to you, and it
So I'm
matters to
trying to
everybody
do a
you
bit of
know.
research
And
about
it will be
this
very easy for you to
company.
ascertain
So
that. It will
he's
take
not
very
even
little
grading this
evaluation
one.
for you
He's
to know that
just
to be true. The second element is a company that can
doing
execute.
a
So, folks, I have disclosed the name. And then today I was told that maybe I shouldn't have done that yet because he hasn't really announced himself. But this company is owned by one of the preeminent network marketing company owners in the world. This is a man who has done multiple billions of dollars in sales. He's extremely well known. Every one of you know his name, and most of you,
Randy,
many of you will know him as an
no
individual.
reviews.
A person of substance who knows how to execute. Now, the first element required for success is a product that matters to people, and second is a company that can execute. Folks, I want to share with you a little bit of truth that some of you may never have experienced.
Here we go.
When the distributor leadership, when we know the truth, we can make business decisions based upon that truth. If we don't know the truth, then we can make erroneous decisions based upon that erroneous information. My greatest years of success in this industry have always been when my son was the CEO. His name is Blake. He's 47 or 8 years old. Blake is an attorney. He was once general counsel for Monavie. And then he moved to Israel and became the general manager of Monavie Israel and learned how to run a network marketing company. He then moved to Portugal. He's fluent in both Brazilian and Portuguese.
These stories are priceless, aren't they?
And he ran the Monavie business in Europe. Then he ran the Monavie business in all of Latin America, all of Europe, and North America. So all except Asia. He then became the CEO of a company called Medical Marijuana Incorporated, first company in the industry to deliver non-psychoactive cannabis product. And that was when I got involved with him at Canaway. When we know the truth, we can make different decisions. The primary owner of the company will not be the primary operator. He got a lot of things that he does. My son Blake will be the primary operator of the company. I don't know for sure the title will be, but my son Blake will be the primary operator of the company. I hoped that I would have him on this session tonight. He's on an airplane as we speak and so could not be here. Sometime over the weekend, early next week, you'll all get a chance to meet Blake. So the elements required for success: a product or service that matters to people, a company that can execute. The next element required for success is timing that is clear, that is obvious, that is beyond refute. Folks, if you want to know how important the timing is, pick up the phone and call somebody and say, what do you think about AI? And you'll find out just like that, you're joining a conversation instead of provoking one. It is pervasive. It is everywhere. It is just everywhere. I was fascinated to find out, and again, I'm not going to give our hacker the opportunity to go in and scribble on my slides, but if I were to open it back up, you would see that in the United States,
can't help himself,
right
I bet he does.
only 7% of all firms have begun using AI. Only 7%. It's not just that AI is the future, AI is the present. It is right now. And the opportunity for a person who is not interested in building a network marketing organization, but to deliver a legitimate AI product that would meet the need of all those business owners, it's remarkable. It changes completely the parameters of our business. And by the way, it also changes this. You don't need to chop the tree down. Maybe you're involved in some network marketing company right now and it's not working the way you want it to. Well, don't chop the tree down. Help it grow. Utilize this technology to breathe new life into an organization that may not be performing the way you want it to perform. And if, on the other hand, you don't have a product you're in love with, then recognize that every once in a while, but not too often, something comes along where the time is exactly right and where it can accomplish in a matter of weeks what might otherwise take years to accomplish. That is what's happening right now. And folks, I'm going to illustrate that for you really, really quickly. And I'm going to do it in a way that I hope doesn't prove.
Draft a blog.
I like facts. I like figures. I don't like speculation and rumors. And so I'm just going to share with you again. I'm going to go in here and share my screen. And it's not going to be very long because no doubt a detractor will come along and try to frustrate us. But let's see here. Okay, still sharing screen. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to take a look. All right, so understand that the Lev AI enrollment form went live today. Okay, that is when it happened, just a few hours ago.
Go, Jelly.
So as I described, I like the truth a lot. And so here we click on organization. And what you'll see, take a look down there, 409. I mean, this thing has been alive for about 4 days.
How come it's not coming up?
Back off, so I'm not disclosing people's information. But folks, 409 people have enrolled in my organization in this company in about the last
Funny
4
enough, it come up
hours.
on one screen, not
One of the
both.
things that I've taught for a long time is that just this simple thing, and I'll let this kind of wrap up our conversation. You cannot go forward in a vehicle that's going backwards. If you're right now in a struggling direct
cannot go
selling company that is
forward
going
in a
backwards,
vehicle that's
I'm
going backwards.
providing to you now a solution which can stop the backwards momentum and can start it going forward again. Really and truly, and no kidding, you don't need to chop the tree down. You can help the tree start to sprout again. You can. Whatever
That was
company
well
you're
done.
involved in, this can be used to make that business better. Don't feel that this has to be a threat to an existing cash flow. It does not. If, on the other hand, the project that you currently have is just not what you want,
30
you
people
want
have
a
dropped off
complete new,
since he's been
fresh
doing
breath of
this.
air, a new beginning, then I want you to please, please, please let this little graphic get stuck in your head. And I'll do it as fast as I can.
Stuck in your head.
This little picture that
NLP
I'm going to
training.
show you has been worth to me literally millions and millions of dollars. And so here we go. And I'm going to try to draw it so you can see it. Here, what we have, this is going to look to you probably like a roller skate, but what is it really? This is a vehicle. And the business or the job, the career, the company you're involved in right now is your vehicle. I used to call this the keys to the creation of wealth. And then I became aware that making money is not the same as creating wealth. They're very, very different things. And so today I call this keys to the creation of a large income in the shortest possible period of time. What are those keys?
Jesus,
Number
that's a
one,
mouthful.
find a vehicle that is going the direction that you want to go. You cannot go forward in a vehicle that's going backwards. Now, I'm here offering you some rudimentary help. What if the vehicle you're in is going backwards?
Yeah, good point.
Let us show you how to bring this technology into the company and stop that backward flow if that's your interest. You can't go forward in a vehicle that's going backwards. Next, so first, identify a vehicle going in the direction that you want to go. Second, identify a vehicle moving the speed at which you would like to grow. So just about an hour and a half ago, I drove down to Walmart, actually. I went to Walmart to buy some sparkling water and some vanilla wafers. And I glanced at the speedometer in my car. You know how fast the car was going? It was going 45 miles per hour. And so, Bill, if the vehicle I was in was going 45, how fast was I going? Going 45.
Oh,
you
that's
can't
great.
outperform the vehicle you're in.
Love it.
You can go from the back of the
Oh,
bus
I'm
to
going
the
to
front
use
of the
that.
bus, but you'll still be in the same bus. You will become marginalized
Look
to the
at
speed of
DJ.
the
She looks
vehicle
like
that you
she's
were
on.
in.
She's got
If you
too
find
much
yourself
buttock
in
on
a
her face.
position where you have
is that a
a
picture?
somewhat urgent or
Oh, it's
pressing
plain
need for
white.
income, then in addition to using this to help whatever venture you're involved in, understand that the speed of this vehicle may be the saving grace to whatever your current economic challenge is if
He's a
you have
pilot.
one. And by the way,
He likes
most people
airplanes.
I know who have invested themselves in the direct selling industry for the last number of years are earning less money today than they once did. Their lifestyle has not become less expensive, and they need help. They need it now. Find a vehicle going the direction you want to go. Find a vehicle moving the
He's
speed at
got
which you'd
3
like to grow.
screens, and he's
Find
busy
that
doing
kind of a
something else.
vehicle that is nearer to its origin than it is
You got
to
to
its
get those
destination.
non-reflex glasses, mate.
And then recognize this. And this is the most important thing I can say to any of you. If you're struggling right now trying to make something happen,
Yep, don't listen to
Mr.
Randy.
Crawford or Dan or Charles or Brian or Don, if you're struggling trying to make something happen, stop it. Instead, identify something that is destined to occur and then cause that which was destined to occur just a little more quickly.
Jesus
I
is
want to
coming
say
for you,
that
bro.
I have never made anything happen. I've had 4
Oh, some
separate
doggie's getting
major
a pet.
financial breakthroughs in my life.
He
All
knows
4
this guy's
times
a
it was
believer.
because I was lucky enough, or God
He's
was
just
kind
planting
enough to
some
me that
trees
I
in the
found a
backyard.
project that was going to succeed anyway. And then I
Hey, it's
became a
Nick Dundee.
catalyst that caused that which is destined to occur more quickly.
Yep.
And so now stop and ask yourselves these questions.
Stop and ask
Given that
yourself.
7% of U.S. firms right now use AI, what do you think? Do you think that the AI industry will be bigger 3 years from now
I
than
think
it is
he's
right
missed
now?
the
What do you think? Doesn't
the
matter
gap.
what I think. Do you think it'll be bigger? I do. I think
A
it'll be
vision
a lot
for
bigger.
a better
Now, ask you another
future.
question. If this company's open enrollment date was about 4 hours ago, that's as close to the point of Genesis as you can possibly get, isn't it? That's as close to the point of
Wow.
Genesis. You see, by the time a company becomes big, then the opportunity to create wealth was
Look at this
already
guy's bar.
harvested by those
He's
who
got
made
green
that
hair.
happen.
Maybe
That's
he's
the
got a
key,
green screen.
folks. I was taught many years ago, get
I used to have
involved
that
in a
problem.
company that's already in screaming momentum. Folks, if you get
Screamy
involved in a company that's
momentum.
already in screaming momentum, the momentum screams past you. You must instead become one of the critical figures that causes momentum to exist. Periodically, I hear people say, catch a wave. No, don't catch a wave. You'll make a few dollars. Create a wave that other people catch, and you
So I'm
can
gonna
make a
have a
fortune.
poo.
So the keys to large income
I'm
in the
gonna have a
shortest possible
poo.
period of time. Find a vehicle going the direction you
Poo.
want to go. Find a vehicle maybe the speed at which you would like to grow. Find that kind of a vehicle that is near its origin and is its destination. Don't try to force something to happen. Stop and ask yourself candidly, is this going to occur whether or not I do it? If the answer is no, don't do it. Ask yourself the next question. Could I make it stop if I tried? If you can make it stop, don't do it. But if you become convinced, as I am, that this is going to happen with or without me, and it's going to happen with or without you, if you believe that, then that's the clarion call to get in. But don't just get in. Realize that the vehicle has a back door too. And as the vehicle moves forward, if all you're doing is sitting in it, you'll wind up watching it drive away. You get in the vehicle, you be the one that grabs the driver's wheel, you be the one who puts your foot on the gas. And I'll give you some quick examples. With Shara. Shara's my hacker. It's okay, I'm good with it. Imagine this.
Oh, I'm missing it.
Yesterday, I had people on here for the
I'm
first
missing
time
it.
who learned
Sorry.
about this yesterday. I have a couple of people who were on here yesterday that heard about it yesterday who have personally enrolled 50 today.
I thought it was 10 years old. 10,
See,
10
that's a
years old.
measure of that is a result of the magnitude of the opportunity. That's
Oh,
not a result of the skill of the individual. Because I
okay.
guarantee you that individual did not enroll 50 people the day before that. It was because the opportunity was so profound that the
Okay.
same person who would say no to anything else would say yes to this.
All
It is
right.
my belief that this will be the most dramatic, complete industry changing message that has occurred in at least 15 years. I'm going to call upon a couple of people who really, really contributed to the success of this event by having so many people here. Larry Lane has been significantly successful in every different way in this industry. And
Oh
Larry,
my
just
God.
chime in and fill in any blanks and
Larry
say what you think needs to be
Lane.
said here.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Randy, absolutely. I'm just so glad to be here. And, you know, tonight we got a
Larry
lot of great
Lane.
people on, and haters are
He
always
signed
going
up
to hate. So
everyone
absolutely,
under
we know we're on the right track.
VidMe,
This is going to help so
1,500
many
fake
people. There's a
accounts.
lot of people that are excited about AI. I sent this out, I think, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 personals
my
are already
God.
signed up. But they're like, this is fresh, this is new, this is going to help me build my business.
This
Doesn't matter
guy
what you're
has
doing,
been involved in
something like
VidMe.
this is going to help
He
you with
set
that
up
technology.
1,500 fake
But I think the
accounts
pay plan, which you tried to
underneath
show
Mike
several times,
Popovich's
that is going to blow
VidMe.
people's minds, because I saw it 2 days ago,
Oh.
and it is absolutely one of the best things I've seen in a
So
long time.
this
Put
guy
that with the
creates
AI
bot
technology,
accounts.
and you got a chance. We're right here at the beginning, just like you said.
And
You know, there'll probably be
and that
1,000
means
people
he's at
coming
the top of the
tomorrow. It's going
pyramid
to
every
get
time
bigger
you
and bigger.
pour
So
something
this
into
is
it.
the time to lock your people in.
Amazing.
It's going to keep coming out. You're going to see the videos. You're going to see the technology. So, Randy, I want to thank you for bringing this to all of us. So thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you,
Larry
Larry.
Lane. Well, that's definitely not a scam
grabbed
then,
hold
is
of
it?
this. I mean, some people see it and think about it. Barry saw it and acted on it. Go
Yeah,
ahead
and he set up
click on here to
1,500 accounts.
unmute
And I bet all the
tell
phone
us
numbers
what's
start
happening,
with
Barry.
+23.
Ask to unmute. Fire away.
Hey guys, I wish I had this 40 years ago. I mean, I've been in the trenches, calling my people over and over again.
How did I know
Never
this
done
guy
much
was a
social
setup? Because I
media,
already had
but
him spotlighted. This
I'm
is
thrilled that
ridiculous.
this could do the work for me. And it's not hard to get people interested in
This guy,
AI
I've never met Barry.
and this technology. I wish the hacker wasn't there and you could show some examples of how few people it takes.
The hacker. The hackers, the Avengers.
Figures in this. So we have first mover advantage. Roll up your sleeve, guys. One of my friends brought in a guy, Stefan, who brought in a legend in the industry. I won't give his name, but his initials are MW. And I mean, for example, you know, I only have so many silver bullets to talk to leaders, and you know,
Stop it, Randy.
A lot of things. And I talked to Larry, for example, and he said yes, and, as well as some other major leaders in the industry. So don't be scared, guys, to contact people on your chicken list with this. We can't lose. And
thank you, Barry.
Right now we have about 2 weeks to line up people. Doesn't cost anything. So line up your leaders now.
Oh my God, shit. So funny.
Our credit cards at the beginning of the next month.
Get ready.
A nice organization set up.
Get your credit cards ready.
Absolutely right. Scotty Merker, I'm going to call upon you just to chime in with whatever you think is important right now.
Hey, Randy, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Great evening, everybody. Randy, thanks for another awesome presentation, as always, brother. I think just the biggest thing I'd say is, like most of us, I think we've been frustrated with the industry. I believe it's great to see this evolution as it's starting to shift. But
It's
when you
not
combine it
shifting.
with
There's no
AI,
proof that AI is going to
I think
help
I
your
shared the story
freaking
the other night. I've
scam
got a good
industry.
friend that spent a lot of time, and this is not being political, but spent a lot of time recently down at Mar-a-Lago. And when spending time down there with the current administration, from top to all of the key leaders of agencies, they made it incredibly clear. They said there are 5 areas that we want the USA to dominate. These are the 5 areas we see the most massive growth in the next 3 to 5 years. And they said we're going to put more manpower, we're going to put more money
The
behind
we
these than
imitations.
any other industry. And that was AI number 1, crypto digital number 2, robotics number 3, genomics number 4, and space number 5. Here we are with AI. So I had to Google it and had to put it on Chat GPT. Small to mid-sized businesses, which is exactly what this plays into. Right now, it'll do 195 billion this year worldwide. By 2030, it'll do
Do a search for
15.7
Randy
trillion at the moderate level
and
of
see what comes
projections.
up.
That's growth we've never seen, Randy. You always talk about growth creates wealth, and there's no question that we have more growth in this industry coming than any industry you could participate in the direct sales industry. That's just
So it's
pure
the
numbers.
same
Numbers never lie.
circus
And bottom line
performers
is, everybody we
every
know will
time.
have their own AI twin / agent assistant, whatever you want to call it, in 1, 2, 3 years. We just have a chance to become the Kleenex, the Coca-Cola of the AI industry for the small to mid-sized business. And guess what, guys? We're here first. There's a couple hundred of us. Can't wait to lock arms and get shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, and go take this to the world. Thanks, Randy.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to call upon just one more person. And the reason is because I want you to find yourself here. Drew Barrios has been in the network marketing industry for a long time, but the truth is that throughout my career with she and her husband, it's been
So I don't know
mostly
Scotty B. Does he been in
Paul
other
and Drew
things as
very much
well?
in a
I
support
always thought
role,
I
not
saw
as
him
much
in
up
Randy
front,
stuff.
and that's changing here. And so, in fact, Drew has a bunch of people on here tonight, and she saw this,
Good
responded to
question,
it, and
Rick
acted.
Seal.
Again, I want you to see yourself
No.
here. Drew, how did this capture your imagination? What's it about?
Hey, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, this is so revolutionary. And coming from somebody
What
who
is
is
it?
not a big social media person, it's actually kind of cool to think that I'm going to have another me who might be able
Hey,
to. I'm
Carla,
a
nice to see
big
you.
talker, but I like to talk in person. I don't usually like to do things on social media. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can have me, the talker, be on social media and doing all the same thing, and then doing it in a bunch of different languages and talking to people all over the place. Like I had an exchange student with us for 2 weeks. It'll be really cool to be able to talk to her that
They look
way.
like they know how to
She'll
really
never know the
broadcast
difference.
themselves well.
And I think this is just something, for some reason, it just spoke to me. And I was like, there's no way that I can just let this go. This was just, it just grabbed me. And your mind kind of shifts a little bit.
Your
You're going,
mind
oh,
shifts.
okay, this is something really cool, really revolutionary. And I know that I can do this without even really thinking about it or trying it. It's something that I just know that anybody can do so easily, especially, for someone like me who's always in the background of my husband doing everything. This is just awesome. And I have some really great people on here tonight, and I hope they're all soaking it up, because this stuff is so
Improvements to my blog.
Larry Lane's triplet, because I know he's got a triplet. That's
That's
going to
right.
be kind of cool too.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
folks, we will demonstrate the technology sometime in the next 2 or 3 days. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, if it'll be the next day. In the next 2 or 3 days, we'll demonstrate the technology. It's already working and functioning with 100% certainty. I'm going to turn it over to Rick Walsh to close it up. Rick, please describe our schedule for these functions tomorrow, and anything else that you think needs to be said that I haven't said, or clean up any mess I've made.
Well, actually, Randy, I was going to ask you, what is the schedule for the weekend? You didn't go over that yet, I don't believe.
Okay, so each of the next days until we say otherwise, I'm going to do a business presentation in this same meeting room.
Are
And it will
you?
happen at noon Eastern, and it will happen. I'm going to make them a little bit earlier. I've had a couple of folks saying that 10 o'clock is a little bit late on the East Coast time. And so we're going to go to noon Eastern and 9 Eastern every day starting tomorrow until such time as it's announced otherwise. And if any of you, if there's even one of you who says, Randy, I need a presentation some other time, I'll do it with you. You got one candidate, or you just need time with me. I'm one of those guys who does what is required to succeed. And I want you to know that each of you have a direct call upon my time. If you have not yet completed the temporary form or the online enrollment form, It's not temporary, it's permanent. You're in the system. Once you complete it, there is no place to even put in a credit card number. You're not charged anything. It is simply securing your position in the tree.
And the
I
tree.
strongly encourage
Oh
you
my
to ask whomever
goodness.
sent you here to send their enrollment link. There is no obligation whatsoever. Get in the tree, tinker around in the site, start to become encouraged and empowered. John C. Maxwell said that encouragement is oxygen for the soul. I believe that if you register and if you begin experiencing what this is, you will have encouragement. I'm going to call upon Stefan because his hand is up. Stefan, fire away.
Hi, Randy. Really excited to be on the call.
Of course
Thanks
he
for
is.
having me.
Do we know him?
Are you going to record one of these sessions? Because I'd like to create a replicating funnel for it, if possible.
I recorded this one, but our hacker kind of ruined that. So we'll work a little bit harder on some efforts to make sure that doesn't happen tomorrow, and then we'll record it. But yeah, and we'll figure that out. I don't know. People are bizarre, but yes, I understand the need, and we're on it. Okay.
People are bizarre.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, great. And then Fortune here's got his hand up. I will ask to unmute, and then we'll see if Fortune's for real or not.
How's it going? Thank you for the time today, and also thank you, Barry, for inviting me. I had a quick question in regards like the backend system of like the AI in itself. Is that, and you maybe already answered this question, maybe not, but is it like an open AI type of an AI, or is it?
Does that mean that we can? Thanks for that link. I'll bring it up in a minute.
That would be like exclusive.
No, I mean the product that you will receive is not going to be marketed elsewhere. The product is unique to us. I'm not sure that I completely understand the term of open or not, but
open source.
Let me do this because that is not my strong point. I will get the specific answer to the question that you just raised because I don't know how to answer it and be 100% certain
of course you don't.
Correctly. Okay. And Morgan, I will call upon you. Let's see, so I can get a ask to unmute. Fire away, Morgan.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Perfectly.
All right. My name is not Morgan. My name is Marty.
Oh, Marty.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's not Michael. It's Marty.
Karma.
And my last name is not Morgan. It's DeGarmoh. But there was a reason why I did it.
Okay.
I am in another company. I have been for 6.5 years.
Oh, say it.
Bad things happen. I wasn't treated very well. I kind of got to be cool because I don't want to create. After watching this, I don't care who sees me.
I love that.
And I want to tell you, I've been in full time for 21 years. I never built as big as you have, but I believe in racial relationships. I believe in telling the truth, giving people what, and what you said just blew me away.
Marty.
No joke.
They're all the same, aren't they?
I built teams of 20,000 in 6 or 7 different companies, but either they failed or I didn't have the tools I needed because I lived on what I want to say, tape and glue budget for a long time. This is what I've been praying for because I had a lot of issues with the other one. And I'm thinking I got to be careful where I go, what I say, because the business I'm in, I have maybe 50,000 people. And I don't know what he's going to do anyway, because he was pretty nasty after years of me giving 12 hours a day. You don't need to hear that. But what I want to say is,
this is amazing.
When I heard you and I'm listening, I'm telling everybody, there's this feeling you get. I'm a religious guy. And it hit me. I heard you talk just for a little bit. And I said, I'm going to gobble this up.
Gobble.
I was notified by Robin. I don't want to say her name either. I already did say the first part. And me and her together, I believe, in the last 4 hours, brought in 15 people.
That is so cool.
And that's without.
Has he got no teeth?
Doing what I
can't believe this.
But
Queen of Camel, get yourself on stage.
I'm in this, no doubt. Randy, you are who you say you are. No, well, you know what I mean, Randy. You know.
Yeah, he's a scammer.
I go to a lot of webinars and I'm like, there's that gut feeling like, yeah, this is good, but I don't want just good. I want life-changing. I want a vehicle that can run as fast as I run and even faster.
Years of his life already.
And I love the idea that we're helping other people because I believe the more successful you can be is the more people you can help be successful. I believe in relationships. I'm sorry I'm hogging the whole show here, but I'm telling you, everybody, get people signed up. If this is 10% of what Larry said it is, it's a gold mine. It's a beautiful place to be. I feel it in my soul. Thank you, Randy. Next time I come on, my name will be Marty DeGarmoh. Okay.
I love it. Thank you, Alan.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Alan, what's up?
Hey, Randy. What a day. What a day. Nathan and Mark would be awful proud today. They would be awful proud today of you, Randy, and what happened today. It was truly remarkable. One of the things that stands out after my 47 years of it being in this industry is how you mentioned tonight. We're not talking about leaving your companies. We're not talking about you joining another network marketing company and building that network marketing company. We're talking about enhancing what you have now. I talk to people all day long from other companies, and I said, hey, we need to enhance what you're doing. We need to enhance what you're making, get that income going higher and higher, because since COVID, we've been in a real backward spiral. And today we can send it forward. So let's get people going, get them on the webinars, get them on the Zoom calls, get them in the three-way calls, send your links out. Hey, it's free to join. It's absolutely free. And I'll tell you today, and I want to again thank Larry Lane and you, Randy, for showing. I had a great surprise
Unreal, man.
at 8 o'clock this morning. My phone rang, and it was one of the greatest networkers I met 21 years ago. And he says, "You're in that, aren't you, Alan?" I said, "I am, but and there's no NDA, so I can tell about you now." Man,
What
they
a
were all
scream
over
that
this
we've managed to
morning,
record
and
this
they've
first
got
meeting
80,000
and cause so
people
much
in the download.
disruption.
That's so awesome, Alan. Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you, Glenn. Click on mute and tell me what's happening.
Hi, my name's Glenn, and I am so happy to be here. And thank you, Randy. I was just wondering, at an AI viewpoint, how fast can I get my double on the work? How fast can I have myself up there and working?
When the system goes live, it takes 15 minutes.
Really?
I mean, the enrollment link is up now, but when it is fully operational, it's a 15-minute task. That's how long it takes. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful thing. And then the question is, how long does it take to upload all of your content? Because you want to teach it and train it. So the truth is, it'll be valuable to you immediately. It'll become more valuable every day for your first 30 or 40 days. And that will continue as you continue adding content to it. And I'm going to call up on Billy Scoggins. Billy's hand is up. Billy? And we'll just do one more after that, Mr. G. I know it's very late. So, Billy, what's up?
Marty, listen to me. This is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
this is just like OnPassive. Do not sign up for the.
Brilliant, Jelly Snake.
There
She's
you go.
the best.
Marty, whoever you are, I would talk with her before I enrolled. How are you? Mr. G, fire away and tell me what's up.
Well done.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you calling me. So I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm very new to marketing. I was a blue collar worker, back injury. Got re-injured about 5 months ago. So I'm really embracing learning the market world and diving into it. So what would you have to say for somebody starting out like me?
Don't do it.
Minimal experience.
Really, really simple. First of all, I don't know who your enroller is, but I know that I would be a part of your upline. And so what I would suggest to you is that you do but you do an enrollment. It's not going to cost you anything. And that you begin participating in these Zoom sessions every day, as many of them as you can between now and when it goes live. The day before it actually goes live, you and I need to have an individual new member orientation, and I will guide you through what I described as that proved and predictable pattern of activities. I mean, there is a pattern of activities I've been involved in for the last 35 years, which has produced my life. And that pattern of activities is the way that I describe it. Is if you have a recipe to make a loaf of bread, and you have everything except yeast, the loaf does not rise. And the catalyst ingredient is you. So I provide you with 10 ingredients. You are the catalyst ingredient. And by the time you've been through that new member orientation, and by the way, 4 days after this company's full offering is available, guess what you will have? You will have your virtual twin. That virtual twin will have learned that new member orientation process. And as I do your first new member orientation for you, you'll be able to do one the next day for your newest member the exact same way as me, because your virtual twin has the same knowledge that I have. That is the answer. That's the answer. And for all those of you who just listened to that, what is the difference? Over the course of my career, yes, I could do that new member orientation, but what I couldn't do is say, here, keep me with you from now on, so that whatever the business building practices are, you've got it in your hands and you can do it. That's my answer. And I look forward to helping you with that. Al Diaz, Al has to unmute. Just got a couple more hands up. I'll call upon him. So Al, fire away, buddy.
Question, is this strictly for network marketing, or could it be to any other industry that we can, like car salesmen, any kind of industry at all? If you can help me with.
Okay, go back here to the start. Remember, we talked about this proved and predictable pattern of activities and the fact that network marketing for years has just been the internal consumer selling network marketing people, selling to network marketing people. No, our entire vision is all of those people
it's a vision.
outside the network marketing
You got to have
industry.
Belief.
This is more about real estate salespeople.
Sorry, I'm not doing much commentary, but I'm
mortgage brokers. It is more about car salesmen. Why? Because there are more of them than there are network marketers. And so it's about teaching, coaching, and training the core leadership so that all those from outside of the industry can likewise have a better financial experience. So it's everybody. It's everybody.
Everybody.
And I'm going to call
Anyone
upon
ever
that
heard
young
of a
lady
Ponzi
to your
scheme where
side
it's
there,
not for
Lisa
everybody?
Campbell. I don't know you. I hope I get to meet you. And I will call upon you. Click to unmute.
Yes, good evening to you, to everyone. I wanted to say thank you for this what you have created. It is genius. Internal consumption is purely toxic, and it has proven time and time again to fail. So this is.
Oh, she's gonna
you
cry.
just heard me exhale.
Oh, she's gonna cry.
My excuse me, the upline that I registered under.
Brilliant.
He knows, I think you or one of the guys personally, and he literally, I've known him for years.
Oh, that makes him credible.
I was
then.
involved with him in another
Ponzi scheme
network marketing platform, but today I have to say, my upline spent all day with me.
Did he? Reassuring you?
Ensuring that
so
I have what I need.
A brain? Half a brain? Quarter of a brain?
And that's the caliber of person that I see you to be. Absolutely. I am floored by what you said, that you are making yourself 100% available to us.
Just in case they see my username.
I mean, one-on-one.
What one did you want? What's his name?
That that blows me away. I trust my upline explicitly.
There's Marty there.
And you have earned my trust in a very short time. Yesterday was my first
Mary. Sorry.
time in here.
Marty.
And I'm excited. I feel supported.
No, Marty.
I can honestly say
what I'll do is I'll flip through here so we can look at the photos.
I am right at the precipice.
Take your screenshots if you
and
want.
And I feel supported. So thank you so much. And I look forward to a long, healthy, and successful relationship.
Actually, they're not.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate your patience. I know we've kept you here for a very long time. I don't just encourage you, I implore you to contact whomever invited you here, receive the registration link, and get registered. And remind you that we'll do these presentations. And it will be similar to this, but better tomorrow. No matter what happens, it'll be similar to this, but better. And we will have presentations tomorrow at noon Eastern, and also tomorrow at 9 Eastern, not 10. Noon Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern.
We'll be here.
And that will continue every day until I tell you otherwise. You can know noon Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, every day, this same Zoom room, and we will go forward. And once again, what was just stated, I want to restate it. Whomever invited you here, I'm thrilled that they did. And I want you all to know that you have a direct call upon my time, irrespective of who was the conduit that got us here together. I would like to help you not waste time, effort, energy, and money, become more profitable and more efficient. But really what I want is I want to help you learn how to live life in such a way that you're more happy more of the time. Financial results are part of that, but there's more to it. Okay, we rambled on for a long time. God bless you all. Please accept my gratitude for your patience with our hacker. Life is, and it comes and it goes. So I want you all to know that based upon everything I've seen lived in my life, this is a magic moment. These things don't come along often.
154 people
in their lives. And so I'm hoping that each one of you fully harvests the value thereof. So God bless everybody. Have the best night. I will see you tomorrow, noon Eastern. Bye-bye. With your 5 best candidates. Bye-bye.